All right, hey, good morning. How's everybody in the YouTube world doing today? So Slade with you, and I come way back over here below Coyote Meadow. Heard some elk, but they were actually all the way across over there on that other mountain. The wind's blowing so hard now you can't hardly hear nothing. But it was kind of cold this morning. I wanted to build me a little fire, brought me some food, because I may stay in here all day. It's just I'm a good piece below Coyote Meadow. I don't really know how far, but it's super duper steep in here. And while my food's getting ready, I was gonna tell y'all, the funny thing, or the one thing about elk hunting is too, you have got to be patient. Got to be patient. Because you do, especially if you're in big country. I know a lot of you are asking about, hey, public land, where can I go hunt public land? Well, as bad as it is, our government has just about messed up all the good public land hunting, because everything's gone to a draw. And to be honest, private land is getting to be so expensive. You really, they're about to work the little man like myself out of elk hunting. But the one thing you got to be is you've got to be patient. For whatever reason, I've been hunting here again 12 or 13 years. I've never seen elk over here where the elk are bugling at. Now you say, well, how do you know? Well, because I can hear over here. From the meadow this morning, I could hear elk over here bugling, and they were across the government fence and then all the way across the public road. But anytime elk are on another face like that, which, you look like you could throw a rock to it, but you can't. But I just don't know what's got run them over there. You would think public land. Now, we are in New Mexico. Public land, it's hard to get tags and hunt public land. But the elk are just not staying right here, right now. Now, I will tell you this. Elk can change 3, 4, 5, 9, 11 miles ain't nothing to elk. They can be over there on that other mountain this morning, which is what they are. And this afternoon, they can be 150 head in that meadow right there, because when they take a mind to strike out and travel, then that's what they can do. But also, you remember this, they are the same way if you spook them. You spook a deer runs over here, he settles down, he goes back to grazing, and he'll be at your corn pile this afternoon. Elk are not that way. Encroachment, they don't like it. And that's just a fact. But for whatever reason, the elk are just not on the property right now, and it makes it tough because it's a smaller piece of property. But I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna eat my biscuits and gravy by Peak. Never have had any Peak. I always buy the Mountain House, but everybody says this Peak's really good. Premium freeze-dried biscuits and gravy. And look, that it was whole biscuits in there. I actually got the biscuits kind of cut up. Let's look. 570 calories. Actually, it's 2 servings, so it's 1,040 calories, or 1,100. Lots and lots of fat, but that's okay. I have burned it up today. Protein, carbs. We fisting to find out how this stuff is. Oh, another thing is, in the mountains, things burn up super duper fast, especially up here at 10,000 feet. And don't worry, I have 2 more bottles of water. I use 1 bottle, or part of 1 bottle, to make my to boil my water. Then I'm going to drink this, and I got 2 more bottles. I'll make sure the fire's put out good. So hang in there. Let's see what the elk are going to do. Yeah, a little bit bigger than your average deer rub. Look back there, he's hitting that tree, and all the way up there at that limb, his horns have hit. Man, tore up. So it's now 1 o'clock. Ain't heard diddly. Them elk that were all the way across on that other mountain, wind's blowing so bad now you can't hear them, but it's about time for them to bed down a little bit. So I don't know. I was going to try to stay over here all day and just stop at the meadow, but I used my water back there, putting that fire out, so I may cut through, go to the house, check on Dad. I really don't need to be away from there all day either, just in case he shot one. So we'll see y'all at the house. All right, so I really hadn't decided if I'm even gonna show y'all this video. I mean, I don't know how much y'all want to see of just more of the same, especially with not any elk bugling. But you never know what the afternoon night might bring, and I enjoy bringing y'all the journey because I know a lot of you are kind of counting on it. But Dad, he went south over towards the big pond. I come down here to what we call my wallows. I've killed 5 bulls right here. Y'all have seen 2 of them. Actually, I was sitting under that tree down there when I killed both of them, but they have done come in here. I had a good ground blind built, and they've done put camera and all that stuff on that tree, so you really ain't nowhere to hide. So I sat here last year, but y'all saw both of my bulls. It's this big drain, bunch of wallows right here. There's really not any sign in them. But y'all saw one bull run right out here and die, and one bull run right up here and die. The only thing is, when I come here before, you know, we've been hearing some elk. Right now, like I told you earlier in the video before I ate lunch, we're just not hearing any elk, but that don't mean anything. The cameras kind of ruin it for me. I don't really even fool with cameras at home. But just cause you're not getting pictures of them don't mean they're not here. So maybe just one lone bull will come in here, or a whole dang herd might come in here. The wind's a little iffy. It was north-northwest earlier and it was gonna be good. Now it's kind of south-southwest, and that ain't good because I expect the elk to come from here. I expect the elk to come from down here or either up off that rim. If y'all remember 3 years ago, as far as you can see over there, that's where that bull come out. I called him. He come all the way up. Next time I saw him, he was right up there. And then he come down right here. And I shot him, so wish me luck. It's a beautiful afternoon. Finally, after 2.5 days of rain, I mean, there ain't a cloud in the sky. It is pretty. And it was pretty cool this morning. I think tonight will be the coolest night. It's windy, but I like the wind. I like the wind because you can get away with some movement. All this grass is all over the place moving. The trees are moving. Animals, if it's a high wind, then I think animals are really spooky and they just don't move. If it's dead calm, it's hard to get away with anything, especially, I mean, let's just be honest. If a single bull comes, that's fine. But if it's 40 or 50 elk coming here, the bull's normally gonna be last, and it's hard to fool all those eyes if it's real still. So wind's great right now. I mean, it's just a good wind. So we need it to stay steady in my face like it is right now, and we'll be good. We'll see y'all in a little bit. All right, so it's about 6 o'clock. I just heard a bull bugle right up there on the rim. I've seen them do it and seen them do it and seen them do it. They come up and over and down in here to get in these wallows or get something to drink, so my fingers are crossed. Normally, when they get to the top, they bugle. And then they'll bugle a couple more times coming down, so we'll see what happens. All right, so he just bugled again. He was a lot lower. You're probably gonna see him come out in that far meadow. Now there's some water down there. There's some wallows down there. So normally, if they come out, there he is. Y'all see him? Let me get my binoculars out so I can see what he is. I'll be back. All right, he's a giant 6-point, y'all. But he's already come down and went in there. There's some wallas on down that drain, so I'm gonna cow call a couple times, see if he'll turn and come up through here. God, he's so big. There he is. Just needed to come across the fence and come on. Can't win for losing. He came up there, got in that walla. I tried to video some of that. He stayed near it 4 or 5 minutes, and he drank and he drank and he drank. Bugled one time. He's just a 5x5. He wasn't as good a bull as I thought he was. I would have shot him. Ain't no doubt about it. But anyway, stood there, drank, turned, went back the way he came, and at that point, you can't call to him. It's 400 acres of wide open meadow right here, you know? So I'm like, just walked away. I said, well, I'm gonna try, you know? Cause he is young, 3.5-year-old bull. Cow called to him, he looked up that way, and I cow called really quiet. Cow called another time again. No, wasn't having it, so I knew better. And I should have got down there under my other darn tree, but it's a camera hanging there, and they've cut all the limbs out from around it. Anyway, I'm gonna go up here to the big part of the meadow, look around. Maybe Dad's had a little better look. All right, so I didn't end the video when I got back last night. It was dark, and you don't do good. And then I talked to Dad a little bit on the porch, just seeing if he had done anything. He went over there to the upside down tank, but didn't do anything. I think I ended up like 12.6 miles yesterday of walking. And I've probably been 6 this morning. Would probably be my bet, 6.5. Nothing. There was a bull bugling kind of close to the cabin last night, but anyway, it's good to hear him. But elk hunting's slow, so I don't know. I hope I get to bring y'all a little action. I will show you that little bull from yesterday that came there. I thought he was gonna do it, but he didn't. But I appreciate y'all following the Fanchers. God bless. Jesus saves. We'll do some story time with Dad on the next one.